Your gut and your brain talk to each other, and when the gut talks, the brain listens. I am N, and today I will explain the relationship between gut health and the brain, and consequently our mood and emotions. I will also provide valuable tips on how to improve gut health. Your intestines have about 39 trillion microorganisms. And yes, I said trillion. We call this collection of organisms the microbiome, and it consists mainly of bacteria, but it also contains viruses and fungi. Collectively, it weighs about 3 pounds, the same weight as your brain. We feed these organisms and they produce chemicals that we need. They send messages to the brain through the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the 10th cranial nerve that originates in the brain stem, then travels down the neck alongside the carotid arteries, and enters the chest, branching out to control internal organs in the abdomen and chest, including the intestines. It is the longest nerve that originates in the brain and not only controls the contractions of your gut, but also controls your heart rate. So, it is a super important nerve, and that is what the microbiome uses to send messages directly to your chief operating officer, your brain. The vagus nerve is important for triggering a relaxation response. Depressed and anxious people have very different microbiomes from those who are not depressed. With depression, you have a higher number of bad bacteria that produce inflammatory chemicals, which send these chemicals back to the brain and are distributed throughout the body. So, the ideal scenario is to have a diverse population of bacterial strains. Yes, even the microbiome values diversity. Although the microbiome contains viruses and fungi, it is mainly composed of bacteria, so I will refer to it as your gut bacteria. What causes you to have good or bad bacteria? Several factors: diet and medication. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, red meat, and fast food promote bad bacteria, and many medications, not just antibiotics, can alter your gut population. Your age: as you get older, the bacterial population becomes less diverse. Your sleep: bacteria are sensitive to circadian rhythm changes, so poor sleep promotes bad bacteria and increases inflammation. And activity level: aerobic activity improves the diversity of your microbiome. The connection between poor microbiome health and depression is so strong that research has shown that transplanting feces containing bacteria from a non-depressed individual to a depressed individual treated the depression. So, we know that this is something real that matters, but unfortunately, it is not practical to do fecal transplants due to the risk of transmitting infections. Plus, there is something about having someone else's feces injected into your body that just does not seem right, no pun intended. So, until we have an artificial option, you need to boost your own gut health. Here are some suggestions. The first thing is to clean up your diet by eliminating or reducing processed foods, sugar, and red meat. The Mediterranean diet is a good choice for this type of diet. Then you should eat prebiotics. Prebiotics are the fibers that feed the bacteria and keep them in circulation. These are foods high in inulin, fruit sugars, polyphenol, and polyunsaturated fatty acids. Some examples of prebiotics are onions, garlic, bananas, walnuts, wine, oily fish, and oats. Then there are probiotics. Probiotics contain the actual bacteria you ingest to increase the good population of bacteria. You can get them from your diet or take capsules. It is always best to get important nutrients from your food rather than supplements. Some examples of dietary probiotics are yogurt, sauerkraut, pickles, and kombucha. Because these foods contain live bacteria, you should check with your doctor if you are severely immunocompromised. The more good bacteria you have, the better, and you can increase diversity by taking probiotic supplements along with eating probiotic foods. Probiotic capsules contain freeze-dried bacteria that reconstitute once they get past the stomach and into the gut. And by the way, because of the positive effect on your mental health, some people refer to probiotics as psychobiotics. It matters when you take your probiotic supplements. You need to take them on an empty stomach before your meal. Why? Because your stomach secretes acid as part of the digestive process to break down food. Some bacteria are very resistant to acid, like certain strains of E. coli that cause food poisoning. These bacteria survive stomach acid and then secrete toxins causing vomiting and diarrhea. The most common good bacteria strains are bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, and they can also survive stomach acid if they are not exposed to the acid for too long. So, the bacteria containing food or pills need to move through your stomach as fast as possible so the bacteria are not killed by the acid. Movement through the stomach is fast when it is empty, but when you eat a heavy meal, there is a backup as the food gets processed. It is like waiting in line to go through airport security. In that case, the bacteria can get killed while sitting in the stomach. So, probiotics work best on an empty stomach or with a very light meal. The next thing you want to do is increase your aerobic exercise. The Department of Health and Human Services recommends 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week. This could be 30 minutes of brisk walking or swimming 5 days a week, and then running would be vigorous exercise. With this, you would only need 75 minutes a week. As for sleep, set a consistent bedtime that allows you to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night. Even if you have never been depressed or anxious, good gut health begets good overall health, including maintaining a proper weight. Have you ever wondered what makes some people naturally thin while others are large? Even when two people eat the same amount of food, you may say it is genetic. Well, guess what? That population of 39 trillion organisms houses a lot of genetic material in their cells, and that influences many of our body functions. Some people refer to the microbiome as the second brain or the secondary immune system. So, it would be wise to take care of your microbe community, and then it will take care of you. Thank you for watching. I kindly ask you to like the video and share it so that it can reach more people who are looking to improve their health. And do not forget to subscribe to the channel to receive more informative videos like this one. Every week we post new videos about physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health. See you in the next videos. Bye!